Hi, my name is Chris Young, and I want to demonstrate how I can play the online MMO game Eve Online using my wheelchair joystick and the AT Maker's Freedom Wing. The device that you see hanging around my neck is my normal wheelchair controls. The blue joystick that's sitting up in front of my mouth. Normally I use it to drive my wheelchair around. But right now I've got it plugged into an AT Maker's Freedom Wing, which I've configured as a USB mouse. And so instead of pushing the joystick around to drive my wheelchair, I can push it around to fast move the mouse on my computer. So we'll go up, down, left, right, whichever way I push it. That's the way the mouse goes. Now you can't see my mouse moving, but in a minute we'll switch scenes and I'll show you how I use this to play an MMO. Okay, this is me from 3 days later, and this video got really long. There's stuff in here that will be of interest to Eve players, and there'll be stuff that's of interest to Assistive Technology people, but at over an hour long, I doubt everybody will want to watch the whole thing. But I hope you find something in there that's of interest. I will put chapter titles in the YouTube video to make it easier to skip around. This is a Freedom Wing. It's a circuit board that attaches to an Adafruit Feather microprocessor, and it allows you to connect your wheelchair joystick using a standard DB9 connector into the device and then read the analog outputs from the joystick to control a variety of devices. It was originally designed for use with the Xbox adaptive controller, but we've adapted it to many other projects as well. I'm using it to control the mouse on my computer. For more information on the Freedom Wing, visit atmakers.org, and we'll show you how you can build one of your own, or we can provide one to you probably at no cost. Okay, here we go with my demonstration of how I play Eve Online using my joystick mouse for my wheelchair controls. So the character I'm going to play is Sturgis Podmore 5. There's a long story about how I got that name. I don't like it. I'll tell you about it later. So, just moving the mouse around with my mouth. Left, right, up, down, any way I want it.
Connecting.
Now I have 3 push buttons in my right hand that are connected to a small 3D printed ring that I call my sling ring, after the device that Dr. Strange uses. And my friend Johnson came up with that name. I was pretty mad because I didn't think of it first, but that's neither here nor there. So you can see we can get 10,000 skill points for killing 5 NPCs. So we've got my incursion sniper. Here's it's a practice that I used to do incursions when I play with the Eve Rookies incursion fleet. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to undock and go looking for some rats. Switch to tactical view. Call it my probe scanner. I don't have any probes, but that's okay. We can still find different combat sites without probe chem scanner. We're in Rhone at the LinkNet Trading Center. That's my home base. And we're going to take off and look in Gamble.
Warp drive active.
And see if we can find some action. Pick up our skill points. Anyway, I have these 3 buttons in my hand. One of them is left click, one is right click. If I hold them 2 together, I get middle click. Or drag. I can hold the button down and drag. See, I can drag all around, change my view. The 3rd button goes into a settings menu, and there's a small OLED display, just a couple of lines of text that I can go into a menu and do weird things like shift click and control click. I do a lot of that when I'm doing CAD work, like designing something for 3D printing. It also can change the speed of my mouse, which is very useful. On Eve, I have to keep the mouse speed fairly low because there are a lot of small things that I need to click on, and it's hard to click on small items when you have a fast mouse. On some games, I need to click all over the screen in a hurry, and accuracy is not that important. And so I speed the mouse up. Everything in Rhone is far away from everything else. Let's see, we're about 99 AU away from the gate. Okay, there's a blood refuge we can warp to.
Warp drive active.
Switch over to combat mode. In the overview combat tab. Down here in my drone bay, I've got a folder called Hobs for hobgoblins, but actually, instead of hobs, I've got some Imperial Navy acolytes. I can only launch 5 at a time, but you lose one every once in a while, and so I keep extras on hand. And there's the rats. So as soon as we come out of warp, I will launch the drones. Look at the option menu. I have them on aggressive and focus fire. When I run incursion fleets, I have to put it on passive. So I could sit here and let the drones attack and do nothing. Need to turn on my shield hardeners and target booster. What Kashal calls the spinny bit. So let's lock up a few targets. you can see it. It takes so long for the praxis to lock up a target that sometimes it's dead before you can get it locked up, especially in a big fleet. So I always go after the bigger ships at a distance. I've got long range ammo selected, which is more than what I need for these things. They come in pretty close. But really, they're so weak, these little blood rats, that the drones can take care of everything. I just sit here, let the drones on aggressive do it all. Now most people, when they want to select a target, they will do a control click on the overview. But that's really hard for me to do. I can't really hold down control and hit click at the same time. Oh, there are my shield alarms going off. If I was in that incursion fleet, they would want me screaming for reps, but I know I've got enough shield to handle these little guys. I don't need any, don't need to worry about it. Now I can supplement what I'm doing with my mouse and my push buttons by using my voice control, Dragon Naturally Speaking voice software. And I do have a command that will let me lock up a target. It will do a control left click. But it takes so long to trigger it that sometimes it's not worth it. But I'll show you how that works. I'll go, wake up, target item, target item, target item. Go to sleep. Now I don't often do that in fleet because the overview is shifting and changing so bad or so fast that by the time I tell it what to do, that item may be gone. So even though it looks like it's a little bit slower to manually click on each item and then target it, really in the speed of a fleet, I can do it better with the mouse. We're going to bring the drones back. I've created a custom tab called C&W, and that stands for cans and Rex. And okay, there it is. Looking for my MT. We'll launch that. Pick up some salvage. And I've got some salvage drones. Now, there's some keyboard shortcuts that I can use by voice control that work pretty good. So I'll attack with the drones. Salvage drones don't respond to active or passive. You have to specifically tell them where to go. Wake up, press Foxtrot, go to sleep. This little icon says I can only target half as many items as normal. So instead of 8, I can only do 4 here. We'll split these up. Picking up this salvage isn't going to earn me very much money, but it's something relaxing to do to pass the time. I want to show you what I would have to do to play Eve Online if I didn't have my wheelchair control and my Freedom Wing that allowed me to easily move the mouse. In the lower left corner of the screen, we've got my webcam pointed at what I call my ultimate remote control. And it's a little device that I invented. I'll put a link in the description to show you the details. But it will do Bluetooth connect to my iPhone. It will operate all the TVs and cable boxes in my house, and it will also allow me to move the mouse on my computer. Now I realize it's kind of fuzzy and out of focus, but this was the best I could do with a webcam pointed at this little LED display, or LCD display with a backlight. So you can see me moving the cursor left and right on the screen. I can go down, I can go up, and if I go off the edge of the screen, I can make it go up and down also a little more easily. I have to push different combinations of buttons on my sling ring in order to move this cursor around. Now, the row of symbols here that we want to concentrate on is this one with all the arrows. Right now I've got the cursor on the right arrow. Now if I hold down select, you can see my cursor slowly moving across the middle of the screen. So if I wanted to go over here and undock, you can see it's going to take me 15 or 20 seconds to get over here. Now I switch to a diagonal move. Go over this way. Switch to horizontal right. Go again. And then that's lowercase l right there in the middle is a left click. Over here, there's a lowercase r that is the right click. We're going to left click and undock. As you can see, this would be really difficult to do. Now I can also use my Dragon program and my voice control to move the mouse, but it's kind of difficult as well. We're going to go over to this blood refuge. You can barely see it, underneath my face. But I'm going to use the mouse grid feature of Dragon. Wake up, mouse 5, 4, 1, 2, 4. Click. Go to sleep.
Warp drive active.
When you do the mouse grid command, it divides the screen into 9 areas, and then you say the number of the area you want to select, and then continue to say numbers as it further subdivides the screen into smaller and smaller sections. And then you can actually do the click. Again, if you were flying in a fleet, there's no way you could do this fast enough to keep up. If I'm just messing around and shooting rats or doing some mining, I could use a combination of voice control and this ultimate remote and get by okay. And when I'm playing in bed on my laptop, I don't have the option of using the wheelchair control or the Freedom Wing. All I've got is this sort of primitive mouse control by clicking on arrows and using the voice control. So now I'm going to click on the combat tab, go to the down arrow. Well, this is a good place to use the keyboard shortcuts. Wake up, press Shift Foxtrot. Target item. Target item. Target item. Target item. Press Foxtrot. Go to sleep. Even though I had the drones on aggressive, they weren't going to attack until the rats attacked me. So this is how I play Eve if I have to use my laptop when I'm in bed, because I don't have the advantage of the ability to use my wheelchair joystick. Well, I'm not getting any skilling points today. Today the thing is a proving grounds, and I'm not going to use that. So we're going to withdraw our drones and go home, and in this demonstration, and then later today, we're going to go fly an incursion fleet with the Eve Rookies group, which is always a lot of fun. They're a fun bunch of people to hang out with. They tease each other mercilessly, make fun of the FC. It's a lot of fun. And you get nearly 100 million ISK per hour. So that's not a bad way to spend your time on Eve. Okay, we're going to withdraw the drones and get out of here. Wake up, push Shift Romeo, mouse 6, 2, 3, click, press Delta, go to sleep.
Active.
And then that's it. We're hightailing it out, back to headquarters. The ship that I'm flying today is called the Praxis.
We'll be
It's
streaming
a
tonight.
specialized faction ship, not one of the regular line of ships. Um, it's pretty ugly. People say it looks like a dream catcher. They always complain that because it's such a big ship, it blocks the entrance to acceleration gates.
So if you've flown with me, you know anything that you say could end up on YouTube.
Hello, Mom.
Yep.
Additionally, I'm going to be recording the fleet tonight. People had asked me how I was able to play Eve despite my disability. So I'm going to highlight some of the assistive technology I use to play the game and put together a YouTube video, and I'll share it all with you when you're done. So I'm recording at least part of the fleet tonight as well.
I'm really looking forward to that video, man.
I know. Your developers geeking out.
Yeah, honestly.
Basically, I have a system where I use my wheelchair joystick to control the mouse. And I move the joystick with my lips and can just move it around the screen. Then I have little push buttons in my right hand that I can use to click.
Yeah, seriously, can't wait to see it in action.
Yeah, same here.
I've also used the same system to fly a drone using my wheelchair joystick, and that was a lot of fun. There's already
Oh, like
videos
one of those.
on my YouTube channel showing that.
Like one of those quadcopters.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
Somebody doesn't see the voice channel?
We will try to undock at 6:15. So go ahead and grab yourself a drink, go to the bathroom, and then I will start the new bro speech.
That's 7 minutes from now. So I'm going to pause video and restart.
Undock, undock. Make sure to control space so that you don't drift off.
Now she said to do control space.
Oh, are we
which is
trialing the bingo?
traditional way to stop your ship.
Not tonight.
But I can't do that.
Okay.
So there's a minus.
If I don't have to box,
Down here
then we
in
can
your,
do it.
Sure.
Capacitor.
I just have
and you click on that,
too much stuff
and
to
that
pay
does the
attention
same
to.
thing. That stops
Okay, now that we're undocked, make sure that you turn your spinny bits on. Mostly, since we're going to go over to the next system, your shield hardeners. That way, if someone jumps us, then you're not as...
I'm here at last.
Hurry up and get in.
I'm in.
Perfect.
Good payout.
Now we have one wave. Wait. Fuck me. One wave. I haven't been drinking, I swear. We have one wave left.
Sure you haven't.
Now we're down to frigates. And they disappear so quick. I barely have time to lock them up. So I just lock them up.
So start with the Tamas. Make sure focus fire. Sorry about the tags. I'm trying to contract another Varger their stuff.
Once you get within 17 kilometers, I can put webs on them.
Okay, scouts. If you can give me one of the next sites. Perfect. You guys can communicate with each other on who is going to broadcast the next one. Okay, pull drones. Start aligning. Why are we effing in chat?
Because only the logic gets shot.
Oh. Align, align, align.
So you can see I keep pretty busy here.
And warping the next flip.
Warp drive active.
Now we're going to get to a acceleration gate.
Okay, that actually
that
wasn't
you
a
have
very
to-
bad first sight.
The way that you have
Thank
to
you very
align
much.
is you have to click and press the Q key at the same time, which I can't do. All I can do is tell Dragon to press Q, and I have to pump on the button as fast as I can to try to hope that it clicks while the Q is being held. So this is tricky.
Alright, you can line.
Press Quebec. Wake up. Press Quebec. 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 There it took. Go to sleep.
Oh, thank Bob, I'm in front of the praxises this time. Okay, FC going in.
Go to sleep.
Logic can take gate if you haven't already. Fleet take gate.
Warp drive active.
So
When you get in,
fortunately,
get the Nirages.
I got aligned in time for the fleet to take gate command.
And you can drop drones.
I don't know why that info is popping up.
Sign them to your drone bunny.
Now I was supposed to shoot H before I, but it just so happened that I locked up I first. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill it. Looks like nobody else is shooting H. So we're all out of our mind.
Somebody overrepped. And as always, if you see your Claymore drifting out into space, please say something.
No.
Control space.
They have waited until I got about 50 kilometers out to say something before.
The statement is accurate.
And listener was being mean to me earlier today. I aligned in the
Started to
nightmare
take
and he was making fun of me drifting.
Wake up. Start detention box. I'm okay. Press enter. Go to sleep.
Wow, it's
I just
finally
stop
in
and
Mobo.
Send a message to
What's in
my
mobile?
roommate Barb.
Mobilizing. The
Oh,
incursion. I say finally, that's a bad thing, but I know I'm surprised it went on so long.
let's just pray to Bob that the next one isn't an island. We're
True.
due. We're due for one.
You said the I word. It's cursed now.
Get the sanctionation. Nah, I mean it's bound to happen, right?
Now she told us
4 before
to
6.
shoot a rat called the Sanctionation Commander.
5 before
And she
6.
did that
But it's
because
bleeding.
it was a very powerful DPS that would attack us. But I know from experience that by the time I get that one locked up, everybody else is taking it down. So I don't even bother. These guys will probably be dead before I can lock them up. See?
Last round.
Seven before 1.
Come on, guys. 7, 8, 9.
Like it's easier for the brain to just go for the lowest number always.
Did 789?
No, there was 1 and 2, so if you shoot 1 and 2, it's fine.
Schmills before Rens. I'm not gonna even bother.
Again, with these frigates.
Scout, you can broadcast next site.
It's just not worth it for me to follow the numbers. I know that they probably don't
We
like
need
that,
more windy pilots.
but
Yeah.
that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I was looking at buying one.
Can you fly one yet?
Why
Yeah,
isn't
I
that
can
going
fly
down?
the starter,
Yeah,
and I
fly
think
the
I'm
starter.
close to like the optimal one as well.
Pulled
But
rounds?
just remember, I buy optimal hulls with 10% discount.
Oh, really?
And free travel fit.
Thank you. Everyone can start aligning.
The ship just takes
Okay, warping
so
fleet.
long to lock things up. Forgot to turn on
Warp drive
my spinny
active.
bits. That targeting computer would have helped.
Yes,
KO,
I run. Go ahead.
did you say that you were the one getting the cheap hull fits?
Yeah. I linked my Discord or the Discord channel in the fleet chat. I give out free supplies, mostly discounted drugs, discounted augmented drones, mostly ammo, and some normal Federation drones are free.
Press go back.
Discounted
Wake up.
optimal
Press go back.
hulls.
Press
There's
go
somebody
back.
who does the
Press go
Marauder
back.
initiative.
Align.
Go to sleep. Now I started aligning before she told me.
Charlotte, am I getting scammed right
Because,
here?
because it takes me so long.
Many
to
people
get
have
No.
said so, yes.
that, Q
But
click.
it's real.
It's so hard to get that Q click to work. But I just start doing it immediately.
Okay, FC taking gate.
Wake
Okay,
up.
everyone align
Press
line.
go back. Press go back. Press go back. Go to sleep.
So when we go in, remember Mara first. FC taking gate.
Let's get back.
Okay,
I'll try to rock up that Mara,
Fleet take gate, fleet take gate.
but I don't know if I'll be able to get it rocked up in time.
When you come in, you can drop your drones. Make sure that you start on the Mara. Drop your drones, assign them. Shoot the Mara, shoot the Mara. Okay, blasters are on the Schmeals. Once the Schmeals go down, you can free fire on the Eisters. And then once the Eisters are down, help with the Ramis.
Sometimes I click on that laser and it doesn't engage. Don't know why. I think there's a delay. After you kill one target, it has to disengage before the next one can attack. Well, it went quick that time. Got my target painter, my webs, my guns, and the drones all at once.
Much, much, much better on the focusing fire.
7891 blast.
Yep.
Now this time, I rocked up the Argus, which is generally the first target for my kind of a ship. Rocked them up before she put out the tags.
And sorry, get those Ramis down before the Auga, or get the Augas down before the Ramis. I mistagged
Yeah,
there.
see, she mistagged.
So, please get the Augas down. Basically, in the grand scheme of things, the Augas hurt more than the Ramis.
Wake up.
Align.
Press go back. Press go back. Press go back. Press go back.
Did you drop fleet or did you disconnect, Lord?
FC gun in. Think he dropped him.
Go to sleep.
All right.
Okay, fleet takes gate. Fleet take gate.
Warp drive active.
For this one, there are 4 waves, and this is very blaster intensive, so all the blasters need to be on point and web. You can drop your drones, get those Narjas down. So in the NCOs for blasters, it always goes Tama, Ren, Tama, Shmiel, Ren, Eister. I can ask her to do it during fleet so I can sing to you guys.
See the yellow boxes? I'm getting attacked.
Get that Narja down.
I have to broadcast for shields. You can see my shield thing starting to go down.
So are you saying, Lord, you're not a masochist?
There, I'm getting extra
Nice
shields.
one, Lizzie.
This
Plus 10 for the drone
okay.
bunny.
The guy that was shooting me is gone.
It's a savage drone bunny.
Tell ya, it's like the white bunny from Holy Grail.
Yeah,
Now they're shooting me again. But I still got extra shield.
The biggest problem is, Lord, she knows she can join Discord too.
There's a special ship called a logistics ship, or Logi.
And typing
short.
stuff isn't going to keep you off YouTube. Naja first. This is the last wave.
Again, the yellow boxes mean I'm getting shot at. But the Logi ship is protecting me. Bazerix is the Logi guy. Now when I fly alone, in that previous clip that
Line,
I
please.
showed you, I let my shield, my armor get way down.
Thank you. Everyone can start aligning.
Because I was just shooting little rats. Nothing very powerful. And I was flying on my own with no Logi to help. But I knew what I was up
When the
against.
army goes into armor, pull your drones.
Forgot to put my drones out. Can't pull back what you didn't put out.
Logi can come in. Fleet take 8.
Warp drive active.
Now, I used to drop my drones the minute I got in, but I realized it takes so long to lock up a target. That I lock a target
Nope,
first.
it's real. I haven't heard of anyone unhappy.
So lock the target and then drop drones.
Let's get the Naja down.
My skin is on my actual paladin
Wake up.
character.
Press
This is
go
my
back.
police skin
Press go
Chronos
back.
flyer.
Press go back.
Align.
Press go back.
Are you going
Press
to
go back.
tag Lord?
Press go back. Press go back. Press go back. Press go back. Go to sleep.
Tough, you're in position.
That's the hardest thing I have to do. Is to
Is
do
it
Dude,
that.
you know what you're going to get when you
You
fly
are
with
on.
me. FC going in.
Paladin's erect. Oh, it's coming down. The Viagra's wearing off.
Someday I'll figure
Is
out.
in the shield plate. Still needs to do his job.
Make sure that you put Lord on your watch list, and Logic can come in.
Someday I'll figure out a macro command that will do the Q click I haven't figured it
Fleet
out
Fit Gate.
yet. One of the nice things about an incursion fleet is you just warp in and sit there and let them come at you. Okay, I apologize for some of the background noise. My air conditioner is running. I don't do a lot of streaming or recording, so I'm not really set up with a good studio environment. We're going to go do some mining, and we'll click on Fleet, go to the LinkNet standing mining fleet. And insanely enough, there's only 3 people in the fleet, and 2 of them are docked up. So it's not much going on. If we go over to agents and ice belts, we can see there's ice available. And that's the most profitable mining that you can do in high-sec is ice mining. So I'm going to set my destination. Pick up my ice miner, appropriately named Ice Ice Baby. Make sure their hold is empty. Undock, undock. I always wondered if FCs, when they're playing by themselves, do they say to themselves, undock, undock, whenever they undock? I don't know.
Warp drive
Okay, this
active.
is going to be one of those do as I say and not as I do. I'm going to turn on my autopilot. You can see our path is green all the way. We're going through high-sec, and we've got other things to do.
Autopilot engaged.
Now this account, my Sturgis Podpore 5 account, is an Omega account. But I have another account called Cyborgify. And this is a program called TeamViewer that allows you to remotely access another PC. And so I've called up Eve on another desktop in the other room right here in my house, and click on the Cyborg 5 tune, and I've got a cargo ship,
Autopilot jumping.
That's good for hauling ore.
Warping to Stargate.
And we'll
Warp drive
set the
active.
destination for Dira. Now both of these PCs are logged in under the same IP address. And CCP doesn't seem to care. Which really surprised me, because I've played other online games where they detect your IP and they limit what you can do when multi-account or multi-boxing. Travian browser game that I played for a lot of years. You would say, well, it's multiple family members sharing the same IP address.
Stargate.
But of course, you could set up however many accounts you wanted and argue that your spouse or your kids or brother or sister or whoever was playing those other accounts. But they would limit you to what you could do, like account-to-account trades and different things. But CCP doesn't seem to have that. And I know it's technically an exploit, but until they make me stop, why not do it? All you have to do is hook up a VPN on one of the PCs to mask your IP address, and then the two PCs look like they're coming from different locations.
Warp drive
So again, we're going to autopilot, do high stick, do as I say, not as I do.
Autopilot disabled.
Turn off autopilot and get here quicker. I may edit the video to take out the travel time. Turn on my prop mod to try to close that 10K gap that autopilot puts in there. I mentioned that I don't like the name Sturgis Podmore. Under LinkNet, they have a aligned but not exactly affiliated corporation called Defense Against the Dark Arts, and its initials are SLTRN for obviously House Slytherin.
Drive active.
And to be a member of that corp, you're supposed to pick a character name that's Harry Potter based. And so I originally started playing Eve on that Cyborg 5 account. But Cyborg 5 has been my online handle for literally decades. I used to have a one-man software consulting company called Cyborg Software. The CY is the first two letters are my initials, and I figure me sitting in a wheelchair is kind of cyborg-like. And anyway, so I started out on Eve in the Cyborg account, and I wanted to do PvP, and I didn't know anything about it. And I asked somebody, what should I do to do PvP?
Active.
And they erroneously told me that I should go join Defense Against the Dark Arts, create another character, get the 1,000,000 free skill points, and train something up to go fly offensive ops. So I did that and spent weeks training up and learning to play the game, and then realized I didn't want to be in a war corporation all the time. Most of the time I was going to be exploring or mining or running level 1 and 2 agent missions, playing around. And so I switched to a different non-war corporation in the LinkNet group. And then I was stuck with the Harry Potter name. I had Googled obscure Harry Potter characters and picked this one. And now I'm stuck with it. And I could go back and put my Omega on Cyborg 5 and spend months and months training it up to a decent level and make this a support tune. But I just said, hell with it. I'll stick with this one. I don't like the name, but it's what I got. So that's the story of why the guy who likes to be called Cyborg is instead Sturgis and doesn't like it. Unfortunately, there is nobody else in the fleet, nobody with the boost, so I'm not going to make much money. I thought about buying an Orca, but unless you're going to do a lot of multi-boxing, you need an Orca and a couple of other skiffs which require Omega to really make it worth your while. So I rely mostly on other people. Oh, come on. Where's the eyes? Okay, we've come to River Ride. And found some ice. Or drop my ice drum. Turn on our ice harvesters. Now you'll know that the ice comes in chunks of 1,000 cubic meters per unit, and you can't short with the lasers. You can only do one chunk at a time. So it goes kind of slow, but you can see the size of that chunk. It'll sit there and eat away at it for a long time. So it's nice and relaxing. Like I said, ice gives you the most mining money for your time in all of high-sec. So you can do this and watch TV or watch YouTube, read a book. Just keep one eye out on it. It's a nice, relaxing way to make money. Earlier when I said I had green all the way, I didn't realize I had my face in the way. But the route to all these places was completely ISO. So it's usually safe to do autopilot. Now we're up to 6 cubes. When that gets to 15, we'll drop a can. And then the alternate account, the Mia, will pick up the can. And it can hold about 4 times that much. It'll hold about 47. So if you do 3 15s, that gets you to 45. And then you can go take it to a station, compress it, and then when you're done, haul it back home. And that way you can mine continuously. So I put in my Cyborg account, and I bring in the whole cans. And then I've got a third account that I call my evil twin. And it's got a miasmos. And if there's other people mining ice and they drop cans, I go in with my evil twin and steal them. And it's worth, you know, it's several thousand ISK. And you get a yellow criminal flag. So you gotta get in there, grab the can, and hightail it to a station before somebody targets you. And I get away with it most of the time. You wait 15 minutes for the flags to clear, and you're off scot-free. And if they blow you up, these ships aren't worth very much. Well, that doesn't say what it's worth, but it's only worth a few million. And you'll note I haven't put anything on it. I got a tractor beam, a salvager, and a 5 MFDD. And that's really cheap. By the time you get those 3 cheap fittings, actually the tractor beam's probably the most expensive part. But if I lose one of these every once in a while, it's no big deal. The money I make off the stolen cans is worth it. So the Cyborg one, I keep it clean. I don't steal. It's just for hauling my own stuff. But my third account, that's my evil twin. Okay, we're getting close here to 15. I'm going to turn off the autopilot. Hightail it a little faster. Now I'm going to join the mining fleet. And there's my Sturgis account. And then we can warp to how are we doing? Up to 12. takes forever to align. That's why you gotta pre-align before you steal cans. Because if you are ready to hightail it, you're gonna get ganked. And you deserve it. Looks like there's some friendlies there, but not my fleet. Okay, I'm going to orbit myself at 2,000. Cyborg is going to orbit Sturgis. And then in a second, actually, we're going to go ahead and drop the jet can at 14. Now if you look, here's a cargo container. Just to make sure, we'll make sure it's mine. I recognize myself with the blue COVID mask. So we'll open cargo. And we'll use tractor beam to help. Now, unfortunately, you can't say loot, because that would try to put in the regular cargo hold instead of the ore hold. So you have to drag. And while we're here, we'll pick up some wrecks. Because we got nothing better to do. Now these are white, which means that they were killed by a friendly. If they were yellow, I'd have to be careful picking them up. Because it would make me suspect. So anyway, the advantage of being able to multi-box is that I can mine continuously. I don't have to go back and drop things off at the station every 8 or 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up because I've demonstrated what I wanted to demonstrate. I've got one more thing I want to show you. I mentioned that ice mining is the most profitable thing that you can do in high-tech. And this is a spreadsheet I put together. It pulls market data out of the LinkNet buyback system, which is based on the average price in Jeddah. And I plug that data into a different part of the spreadsheet, and then this spreadsheet updates, and you'll see here clear icicle. I can earn, this is ISK per hour unboosted and ISK per hour boosted. So like today, when there were no boosters around, I could make 28 million ISK per hour. And if there was a booster around, I could make 48 million ISK per hour. And so that's why ice mining is the most profitable. Now, some of these other ores, ochre and some of these things are so, well, some of them are low sec. These are moon ores, but they're very, very rare. I've never actually seen them. Blue ice is usually more than clear ice. And so it seems those prices have reversed a little bit, just by a tiny amount. As you scroll on down, wow, Scordite's worth more than Veldspar. That's unusual. There must be something weird going on in the market, because normally among regular non-ice ores, dense feldspar is about the best you can do. Wake up, move up 10. Wake up, move up 10. Go to sleep. Yeah. Wow. I don't know what's going on with Scordite, because that's not usually the way it is. Oh well. Someone once described Eve as Star Trek plus spreadsheets, and I thought that was an amazing description. And so here's my spreadsheet. And there may be other websites out there that will do these kinds of calculations, but this one is customized to the exact ships and lasers and drones that I have. Okay, that wraps it up for this really long video. Like I said, I doubt anybody will watch the whole thing at over an hour long, but I hope you found something in there of interest that will show you how I play my game using my assistive technology. That's it for now. Bye-bye.